Ooh, now who in their right mind would leave? Please explode, please explode, please explode, please explode.
Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. Let's go!
Because wouldn't it be awesome? But I already have too many for that. That's where I came from, so this storage room is new. Maybe I should have saved money at the beginning when I was getting all kinds of money all the time. And saved it for upgrades later. But I mean, how was I to know, right? Alright, let's do this, assholes. There's one. Alright, so we got some toxies. Alrighty. Oh crap. There's that. They're getting enraged. They don't like it that I'm killing all their men. Wasn't there there was like a monster that did that and something that had, oh, you know what? I think I'm thinking of a JoJo character that had a stand that would automatically try to find you. I think it's Bites of Dust from part 4. Where it's a little tank and it tries to find you based on heat. It was awesome. And then that's when crap, what's his name? I keep wanting to say Kakyoin, but it's not, because that's from part 3. Crap. It's, it's a little kid. Like everybody else is like big, strong men, and he's a little tiny child, but the child that ends up with Yoshikage Kira's, or with Yoshikage Kira replacing his dad, that, I don't remember. The Izuno Cookie, which is a Matrix reference. Right on the pulse. But I mean, there is Matrix 4 coming out for some god-awful reason. Because you know what I don't want? I don't want to see what the Wachowski sisters, formerly the Wachowski brothers, are doing right now. I don't care too much. This is probably where we killed Lockdown. Back in the security room. Okay, that's how we kill the Lockdown. We go back to the security room and do that. So we're not trying to kill the Lockdown here. Okay, so we're not trying to go there. Well, let's go around. Koichi. Koichi? Yeah, Koichi. He's the kid that shows up in, part 5 as well. There we go. This is the way. What? Oh, he took off the mask. I was checking the recording, making sure that nothing had crapped itself.
How about you throw down a little seppuku action? Save us both some time.
Right. Ha. Oh, good. I needed a demon head. Actually, you know what? Ha! I like that they're not completely invisible, but they're pretty close. So you can still track them if you really, really pay attention.
Better luck in your next incarnation.
Yeah, Koichi. That's his name. And there's Sketchy, who's the kid from the other school, who gets blowed up because he has Harvest and he tries to fight Kira, and it doesn't go well. Yeah. It's Koichi. And then there's the guy that I always forget. His stand is the hand, which is actually probably the most powerful stand in the show, in that season at least. Well, obviously other than Star Platinum, but he doesn't know how to use it. Well, add in bed to this fortune and make it super sexy in bed. Because the thing that the hand does is the stand swipes its hand, and all the space that it swiped its hand through disappears. So he can like teleport around and stuff. Way more powerful than lots of the other stuff. But he doesn't know how to use it well, so it doesn't work. Hotline Miami. All right. But yeah, he's just kind of dumb. Omidagara, I think his name is. Something like that. It's close. But yeah, he suck. And they picked annoying voices for him in Japanese and also in English. And it's like, ugh. There's no part of this where he comes out looking nice. And he just starts off with he has a bad first impression starting off, because he starts out as a villain and then joins the hero team. Not, out of the question, because both Polnareff and Kakyoin start like that. But he's never like a good person after that, like Polnareff and Kakyoin are. He's still like super selfish, and it's just I don't like him. He's not my friend. But then Josuke also kind of sucks in that series too. And then you get into the super anime one, which is part 5, where things are super, super, super weird. Like, even for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it kind of jumps the shark. And, it just, it gets so clown shoes at that point, where you're just like, what? And the motivation behind people's actions is sometimes weird. Like, well, even the main character's, his motivation is he wants to be the biggest gangster, but for the kids. He wants to be a mafia, but only so that he can help people. And it's like, but I don't know, because then you're committing crimes. Crimes don't help people. What do you mean? Because his whole thing is, I'm going to become the, I forget what they call it, but it's the leader of the mafia, right? And he wants to become this big leader man. Is this a security office? No, it's specimens. I feel like I've already been here, which I probably have. This is a place that, it's already all tapped out. Okay. But yeah, it's just super weird. Like, I wouldn't say that I don't like part 5. Just some of the stuff is clown shoes, and I don't really like the characters. Like, they're not as good as part 3.
I really hope this works.
But so far, nothing is as good as part 3. Parts 1 and 2 aren't as good as part 3. And part 4 and 5 are not as good as part 3. I'm hoping that part 6 that comes out in December is a lot better. Because I've heard that it brings in some Dio stuff again, and it's just better in a lot of ways. Like, it's really interesting, and it's like, hey, if they bring in Dio again in some certain respects, I'm cool with that. I'm all cool with that, fam. Now I'm not in that section anymore or lost. I'm feeling a lot better about this game. Though I don't see a lot of the Katana Mastery stuff being very useful. Because the combos are super hard to get. I have a lot of trouble with getting it to come out, I had a little bit of an easier time on PC, but not much. A taste of the price we agreed upon. But yeah, I'm excited because Halo Infinite is coming out on PC,
What's the point
which
of
is
being
cool.
a multi-millionaire if you can't build yourself a mountain fortress?
Yeah, why not?
Seems unfinished.
It's hard to find people to do construction during demonic invasions.
I mean, that's probably true. All your cookie all belong to us. That's great. Oh, crap. They also kind of remind me of the spheres from, oh, crap, what's that movie? Phantasm with the tall man. Like, I slept on Phantasm for a long time because I didn't understand what it was. But it's actually pretty good. Like, the first Phantasm. After that, it got a little nuts. Especially since it has, like, 5 sequels. And it gets almost like a post-apocalyptic, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. How would I get up there? Is there? Oh, there's a cave entrance. Okay, so I'll be coming back out there once I hit a cave. Is that a cave right there? No, it's a shadow. Oh, Shiza. Something that I've been really craving recently is a game like Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe I'm gonna play something like open world again, because it's been a while since I played something open world. Like at least a few months. Like I've been playing some stuff in my off time. Like I play Werewolf the Apocalypse and I'm kind of halfway through that and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. It's fine. I don't know. It's just very indie and I'm not like excited with it because it's a lot of repeated assets. So it just feels cheap, you know what I mean?
What is that? Pregnant yak?
Okay. Stop it. Hey, armor. Boom. I feel like there's gonna be more of a fight if there's all the explosives in here. Okay. There's one. Knew there'd be something. It's got a green seal on the door. What? I'm gonna drop to here, see what we got. This is probably the cave that goes out to that entrance. Ooh. Oh, shiza. Whoa, this is kind of nuts. I'm liking this level. This level looks good. You know what? I think I'm gonna try jumping and then dashing. And see how that works. I can jump and dash, so... No, I can't. But if I just stop screwing around and just jump, it works. Okay. That jump goes a lot farther than I would have thought. Like that kind of stuff? That's annoying. Ugh. All the best heroes shave their heads. You know, that reminds me, I need to see Taxi Driver. Like, it's supposed to be this amazing movie. Amazing enough to influence some... Whoa, no. That's lame. Amazing enough to influence somebody to shoot Reagan, which is, you know...
What I love about this is the restraint it shows.
What's the point of being a multi-millionaire if you can't build yourself a mountain fortress?
This one seems unfinished.
It's hard to find people to do construction during demonic invasions.
Some days you're a pigeon, other days you're the statue. Today is more of a statue day. So that one was actually different. They're randomized. Ha. But yeah, like I was talking about, Phantasm is really an interesting story. It's very unique. And it also has these balls that the tall man controls. That they're these really crazy, like, alien devices that'll just, they'll just kill you, right? And they got these crazy blades that come out of them that don't make any sense with the geography of you know, the actual sphere itself, where you're like, but how does that fit inside it? Don't worry about it, it's alien technology kind of thing, you know? But yeah, they'll just fly around. And actually, if I remember to, I'll put some footage here of it. Probably from the original movie, though they got a little more crazy in the sequels. Because like I mentioned, there's 5 sequels to it. Or 4 sequels to it, actually. Which is interesting. And they actually keep a lot of the cast. Like, there's ones like Nightmare on Elm Street where there's so many different protagonists. You know, they made them they made what, 6 sequels within 6 years basically, and they didn't, and they hardly kept the same protagonist through any of them. I think the only ones to repeat, no, there's a few that repeat, because Kristen, even though it's a different actress, is in 3 and 4. Nancy is obviously in 1 and 3. And Alice is in 4 and... I don't know, because Kristen is kind of the protagonist right at the beginning, and then she dies in 4. So is that really her being the protagonist, or is it being kind of a side character from the previous film? Because, I mean, it really is Alice's movie. So I don't know. It's weird. It's one of those things where you're like, I don't know where that exactly lands. But yeah, you know, there are so many that don't keep protagonists. And the last one, Phantasm 5, came out in like 2015, I want to say. Like really, really recently. And the first one was in like 1978. So, you know, it's a long-running franchise with several like long hiatuses, and that happened the exact same way it did last time. Amazing. So yeah. But yeah, Phantasm is an interesting movie series. I think I've seen all but like the fifth one. Because the fifth one was I had to pay for, so I wasn't gonna do it. But it was like the Phantasm movies are like free on Prime a lot. Because they're, nobody particularly cares. So you can watch a lot of like, and that's not the only franchise that does that, right? So you can watch a lot of like 80s horror on Prime for totally for free. If, as long as you have Prime Video, of course. Which most people have, because most people have an Amazon Prime subscription, because why wouldn't you? And I just bumped the cable, but that's fine.
What I love about this is the restraint it shows.
What's the point of being a multi-millionaire if you can't build yourself a mountain fortress?
Right.
It seems unfinished.
It's hard to find people to do construction during demonic invasions.
What's a 7-letter word for cryptic? Cryptic? Kablams. Okay. If it were me, I would change the prompt text in the snow levels so that it's like yellow. Like they do for subtitles on movies, where that's the reason that they're yellow, so they don't fade into any background, because nobody's gonna have a pure yellow background. Another weird thing about Phantasm is Tall Man's like an alien, right? And he's like harvesting people, I think. He has yellow blood, and it's like super crazy, yellow. Very unearthly. It kind of shows some bizarre imagery, those films. Like, the movies are just kind of bizarre. Like, they're very unique, and it's cool. I'm happy that there's something like that around. Something that's just really, really different, right? Because there's so much that's the same. I mean, think of this, okay? The aliens from, let's say, what's that movie called? The one with Aaron Eckhart where he's a Marine. LA something? Invasion LA or something like that? No, it's not that. It's something different. But those aliens are incredibly generic. Think of well, there's a few things that have done alien stuff good, like uniquely, where you're like, oh, I haven't actually seen that before. Mass Effect recently did that. That's the last thing I played. Literally, the last thing I played was an open world thing, and I'm like, oh, open world will be really fun. It's like, but you just finished that. You just finished a trilogy of games that are like super open. Well, not super open world, but they're open world. Alrighty. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save the game right here so we don't have to do that again. But yeah, it's, Mass Effect did okay, and just there's so many generic-ass aliens. I'm trying to think. of like some Battlefield Los Angeles, I think it was called. No. Battle Los Angeles, that's what it was called. The one with the Aaron Eckhart and the generic ass aliens who want us for our water, which is 75% of our planet surface. So, you know, you think they could just take some and it'd be okay, but no. They're like, no, we have to take over your entire society. It's like, but you could just grab some water. We'll have more. It's okay. Like, our entire planet is based on water. As long as you don't take all of it, we'll be fine.